Hi, this is Rod. Welcome to Vintage Sign Rescue, and today we are going to be saving the iconic Moon Motel sign. We're going to start breaking this down, get it pulled down, and we're going to restore it, and hopefully we can get it placed into a place where as many people can see it as possible. This sign is it's glorious in its own right. It's just tacky. Let's see what it looks like here. We got everything for like the globe and the moon, and it's got neon, and it's got rockets there. I'm sure if you're into signs, old vintage neon signs, you've probably seen pictures of this lit up back in the day. But we're going to get this down and we're going to save this sign. Okay, our first measurement is basically it's 20 inches wide, and then we got the rockets here, which are 4.5 inches wide, so that makes it another 9 inches. But those are going to be coming off. I'm going to see if I can run the tape measure up there real quick. So I'm going to clip the camera, and then we'll get a gauge on how tall this thing is. I ran the tape measure up. It's looking like it's like 20 feet, maybe 22 feet. And that's about where the Shore Drive-In sign that I'm working on, which is a complete disaster, that's about the same height as that. And so it doesn't make me too nervous getting up there because it's easy to handle the ladders at that height. When you start getting over 25 feet, then I start getting not all about it. And then it's like rent a man lift to pull it down. But this is going to be easy enough with the ladder. As long as everything's light enough for me to drop down. But it's going to be I'm really hoping I can do this in a day. I'm definitely going to give it a whirl. And so anyways, with that said, well, there it is. Next thing we're going to be doing is the excavation, get all the stuff out of the way, and I also need to be able to get the truck back here so that I can be able to load it and not be too far from the truck. So anyways, with that said, well, the next video will be tearing this thing down. Well, today is July 3rd, 2025. What we're looking at is the truck's loaded up and we're off to go get a sign down. Just kind of showing this stuff here. It takes a little bit of gear to get one of these signs down. We got, I believe, everything you need. Double check the list. We're going to hit the road. I already kind of did a little bit of a comprehensive look at this sign. I'm just going to do a quick walk around again. We're going to basically just take a gander, see what we're working with. We've got a lot of trees to get rid of here. I'm going to focus on that first because we need to get this stuff out of the way, and then I'll come back and clear that shrubbery out. I'm hoping that there isn't too many wasp nests or anything in here. And we're looking at the sign there. This is the front rockets. The front rockets on the rockets on the front post fared better than the ones back here. This one is collapsed. The cover has come down, or fallen off or something, and there's some of the neon tubing right there that is broke. So the top portion of the rocket is gone, and I'm seeing, but I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera there, it's gotten weathered. Those plastic shields have really helped the artwork, so it's probably got a bunch of debris at the bottom, which it does right there. And so anyways, we're going to get inside this project here as soon as I get the vegetation cleared out. And let's walk around this side. More vegetation, obviously. We'll clear that out relatively quick. It's not a lot, it's just kind of thick. And the rocket up front's in good shape, and this one's got vines, and you can see the broken tube that the vine has grown around. So then, you know, this is part of the restoration process. It's great that the sign's getting saved. I will say I highly appreciate the property owner allowing me to acquire this sign and basically restore it. It is a big sign per se, but we'll get it done. It's going to take some time. It's all about time and resources. If you don't got a lot of time, you don't got a lot of resources, it takes some more. It gets pushed down the road a little bit farther, but we're going to get this happening. But all right, we're going to take a quick look at this thing here. Just kind of halfway through getting the vegetation off the sign, and we got to get up there. We're going to be getting the ladders out, but we're going to pull this couple of these neon units down that we get to, and start clipping the vines, because we want to preserve this thing as much as possible. And look at that. I just can't get over the 10-foot rocket. Yeah, these managed not to get destroyed over here, but the ones in the back, they've gotten kind of beat up by the vegetation. And you can see above the TV, the red is gone, and it's starting to rust up there. And down here, we got a pile of mess in the bottom of this here. But let's talk about the sign itself, because now I'm starting to see stuff that I'm getting it cleared out. This thing is heavy duty. They got it bolted right here and here, and then down here, angle iron, and there's your power supply in, and well, there's some neon stuff down there. A little nature doing its magic there around a piece of tubing, and right here. But it is just a well-built piece, and we're gonna take our time. We're gonna get it down correctly, preserve it as much as possible. And let's just step back, take a look here real quick. And we're getting the vines off. This is the worst side. I'm going to start on the other side first, start peeling that down, so I can get some of the stuff down. And then we're going to come back over here and get finished getting this taken care of, getting the stuff off of it, the vegetation. Take the rockets apart. So we've got this panel here that's tied in up at the top. Let me clip that wire real quick. And that should come down. It's the first time this has been exposed in a long time. We'll go ahead and pull all the neon units. This is the fire, and this is the bottom of the rocket, and this is one hell of a bending job right here. Let me tell you, that's impressive. And then these here, whoever did the neon did a wonderful job. It blows me away the more I look at this sign. And then we got our GTO wire here tying all this stuff in. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this stuff out. And this first rocket's going to come off relatively quick. And I just basically got to start pulling all the stuff out and cut it loose. So there we go. We're making headway now. I feel like I'm getting something accomplished now. Walk over the generator there, but the first rocket is down. It's about 10 feet long. You can see all the paint chips in the bottom where it's flaking up. There's some hardware right there. But we're looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put the neon back in it. That way it's all stored properly for the trip back to the shop. And we got that sitting over here. And we're going to get the rest of the rockets off. Alright, well, we see we got the pool off the top. We cleaned some more of the vegetation. We're getting a little bit of rain right now. We're just on the tail, on the side of a thunderstorm. I got this rocket loose here, and well, I'm going to bring it down. Day 2 of pulling down this Moon Motel sign. It's actually 2 weeks later. I am going to have to get this last rocket off right there. We're going to work on getting this structure there off. Obviously the rest of the vines. We want to get the plastic polycarbonate off, and then all the neon glass. I'm going to go to the other side of the sign so that we can look at it over here. I got the majority of this, not the majority, about halfway done. We're going to get this box off, the free foam box, the yellow plastic, and then we're going to go right into getting those plastics off there. I'm just going to cut them. I'm not going to reinstall those. I'm going to go back to the first edition of this sign where it had colored neon and all that stuff, and we're going to get this globe off in the top of that, and then we're just going to lower it down. We're going to clip the pipes at the bottom here and then gently pull it over, and obviously have it supported so that it doesn't just fall over and get damaged. So here we go. We're going to get into getting the work done. Okay, on the last rocket here, I've already got the bottom neons removed and the cover plate and whatnot. I'm going to put this into time lapse, and hopefully the sun doesn't move too much over and block the view. I'm going to grab the no vacancy off, work on the free internet, and get the pool off, and the rocket's completely coming down. That's what I'm working on now. So I'm going to get a taller ladder out, and this way I can get that upper portion. But before I do that, I'm going to get this no vacancy, but I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse. All right, that was probably a long time lapse, but I got a couple of the tubes down. Obviously got the cover plate off the top portion, the no vacancies down, devined up there. I'm going to just keep moving, get this rocket down. I'll pick it up when I'm pulling the rocket. Okay, I got one bolt holding this on right here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that and pop it on down. We got ants. Sure. There's an ant's nest in here behind the sign. So I got all these ants running around with the eggs. So this is the first sign of pestilence that I've had to deal with. They moved the eggs up top because it's been getting so much rain. I've been seeing them meander up vines up the pole here, and now I understand why. Always one thread that holds everything up at the end. Come on. I'll try to get this out of there before the ants figure out who I am. We'll get this rocket out of here. And get the ants moved somewhere else. And if you look right here, down here at the bottom, you can see the original artwork. And I don't know if you can see the ants running around on the fire. Probably not, probably too small. But I'm moving my up to getting the free internet and the pool off. That's what I'm doing next. Then I'm going to come back and work on the yellow portion there, get that off. So anyways, we're making some headway. I'm not too good at keeping track of the camera. I got the moon down on this side already, and the sun's starting to creep over on this side. I'm going to keep working. I may adjust the camera a little bit more to keep it in the shadow, but we're making forward progress here. We're getting to really get to see the inside. The pole goes all the way up into the other moon. So here we go. All right, we're taking a look here, and you can kind of see, got the bottom half of the moon off, getting the faces off there. All the neon below the Moon Motel neon is off, and starting to pull some of the stuff inside, getting the light tubes out, which are the fluorescent tubes. And then we are also on this side here. We're getting that wrapped up. I'm gonna get the bigger ladder out, and after these boxes are down, I may leave that box on right here, the free phone box, which is right there, and leave that on. This sign is really well built. It's, once I get it over, it's going to be, the disassembly of it's going to be fast. They did use galvanized hardware, which is really good. It's not rusted. Everything in there was painted, so there's a lot of white paint, etc. And so there we go. That's where we're at, and it's a little bit of a chore, but we're getting it done. All right, here's the vantage point from the Moon Motel sign. There it is. We got the lower half taken off already. Then come around to the other side. I'm working on getting that down. It's being a little bit problematic, but we'll get it. Here's the moon right here. Probably getting the sunlight. The other side right here. And I'm getting these down here. Already got the few of the letters of the motel down, and then we're doing the moon on this side. This is the south outside of the sign. There's plenty of garbage. And well, let's take a look inside. Hopefully it comes in. And there's the pole. Goes all the way up into the moon, which is right there. And then let me turn around and see there's a hole right there. So I gotta be careful where I'm stepping. And then here you go. And there's some transformers over there. And this is the Moon Motel portion of the sign. This is the biggest chunk of the sign. So anyways, there's the insulators. So anyways, and all the light bulbs seem to be coming out fairly easy, except for that one. I'm going to try to get as many of those out as possible, and we've got the access panel there. So anyways, here's the view right there. Of course, the globe's gone, and right here, that's the top of the globe. Okay, we're still at the globe here, and to open up the access panel, then here's a flasher unit, sort of. It's kind of given up. Here's the posts and the mounting brackets for all this stuff. I could actually probably lower this down at this point, being that I can get to the hardware. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I could cut all the wires, make sure there's no nothing running up to it, and then it's 4 bolts. I can lower it. All right, I may do that. I'm trying to save the globe. Alright, I've been a little lackluster on doing video for the disassembly on this, and so I'm going to hit to improve my game. It's just kind of hard to stay on top of all this stuff when you're going up and down this ladder. It's, you know, 20 some feet, and I get tired and trying to remember and be safe and all that stuff. I've failed to do a lot of videos. So anyways, you can see the globe is gone, the moon is gone, the neon moon is gone, and now we're working on the motel right here. And once the neon's out of that, I've been inside the structure. I already shot a little bit of video of that earlier. Showed that on top of the sign. And so I'm confident that all I got to do is just kind of cut it and let it down. So that's what I'm going to do. And so there we go. Going to get the rest of this neon off right there, and then I got to do the same thing on the other side. All right, we're going to go ahead. I got the camera on the headset here, and we're going up the ladder. I'm not real happy with this ladder. Let's see. I guess I'm going to slow it up just a pinch. All right, nope, I'm going back down. Got issue. Safety first, especially when I'm the one climbing this thing. Make some adjustments. Now I'm happier. And of course, I'm not used to having this camera on my head, so I'm banging into stuff. I flail my head around anyways like a maniac. I'm going to take care of some of this vinage on the underside here. So, vines are always the scourge of doing this stuff. I spent 2 days doing the vines on the shore drive inside. It was a real joy, I will say. Not really worried about them. And we'll get this one here. Alright, there's that. And this part was all yellow right here. That was the yellow polycarbonate panel for the moon. And here's the box that we're going to be cutting. I got to go up the top, get these bolts cut here. And I also got the thing tied off up there. But let me put this back in my pocket. That way my hand's free. We got that one cut. Yep. We got to get that one cut. So I'm going to go ahead and just go a little bit higher here. This is the moon portion up top. And you see how the debris and rust is starting to accumulate in the bottom of the pan here. I'm going to run this back around so the cable doesn't get caught up. You got to think about everything I'm doing up here. Hopefully this is a camera. All right, these vines are in the way. Take a second, be safe, get these cut. Now I got my arm on here. I'm holding on to the sign itself. That way, get that out of the way. There it goes. I got that one last one there that's got plastic on it. Uh-oh. Sounds like my thing's running out of gas. Ah! You know what I gotta do, don't you? Come back down. I got catbirds. I may be attacked up here. All right, here we go. Gas has been reloaded. All right, here's day 2. It's a wrap. I got one more long day here. Really got into the meat of the sign today. Got to be walking around inside the Moon Motel. I was calling it. Access is in the top. And it's a very, very well built sign, heavy. You see all the plastic and all that, so my agenda of getting that stuff done has been done. And we exposed some more stuff on here. I'll just kind of walk around and let's take a look on this side. We got the sun that's just coming in, sunset, and my back is sore. A lot of ladder climbing right there. It says sauna baths. They were using steel from other signs on here. And there's a vacancy hand painted there. And they're up to all the rockets and TV, where they actually had it painted on that stuff originally. And go up there, there's the globe. I can get the globe off for the next trip for sure, and also that I know how to put it together. And so that's what I think I'm going to do, is get up there and get them dropped down. Just got to get a few more odds and ends out of it. The lights had a flasher unit on it, so they blinked, which is really cool. I think it's going to add a great dynamic to it. And so anyways, that's it. Closing out day 2 of disassembly. So we got a day 3 and we will be absolutely wrapped up. I'm set up. I don't have to do anything other than start dismantling the boxes and the structure.